In a small, quiet village nestled between green hills, there lived an old woman who was known for one thing above everything else. Her smile, no matter the weather, no matter the news, no matter what the day brought. She always had a warmth about her that made people feel better just by being near her. People came to her from all corners of the village. Some came for advice. Some came just to sit with her for a while, and somehow they always left feeling lighter than when they arrived. One evening, a young man from the village sat beside her and finally asked the question everyone had wondered, but no one asked her before. "How do you do it?" he asked. "How are you always at peace? Does nothing ever break you?" The old woman looked at him with kind eyes and said, "Oh, many things have broken me, but nothing has kept me broken." The young man leaned in closer. "When I was not much older than you," she began, "I had a full life, a husband I loved deeply, children who filled our home with noise and laughter. We did not have much money, but we had everything that mattered. Then one season, my husband fell very ill. We had no money for medicine. We tried everything we could, but he left us." She paused for a moment. "I will not pretend it was anything other than the hardest thing I have ever lived through. I could not get out of bed for days. I thought that part of me had gone with him and would never come back." The young man was quiet, listening carefully. "But slowly," she continued, "I began to understand something. My sadness was not bringing him back, and while I was lost in my grief, my children were watching me. They needed to see that life could still go on." That was the moment I made a decision not to stop feeling, but to stop letting pain be the only thing I felt. "But how?" the young man asked softly. "How do you actually do that?" The old woman smiled. "Every single morning, before I do anything else, I ask myself one question. What is one thing today that I can be grateful for? Some days, the answer is big. Some days, it is as small as the smell of morning air or the sound of birds outside my window. But there is always an answer. Always." The young man thought for a moment. "But what about the really bad days? The days when nothing feels good at all?" "On those days," she said, "I remind myself of 3 simple words. Tease will pass, because it always does. No storm in the history of this world has lasted forever. And when you know that the bad moment is not permanent, it becomes just a little easier to carry." The young man sat quietly for a long time after she finished speaking. Then he thanked her and walked home slowly, turning her words over in his mind. He decided that night to try what she had said. Just one thing to be grateful for each morning. Just 3 words. On the hard days, this will pass. And slowly, something began to shift in him. Not overnight, not perfectly, but steadily. He started to notice the good things he had always overlooked. He started to recover from bad days faster than before. And he found himself smiling a little more than he used to. He shared what he had learned with others in the village, and they shared it further. And in that quiet way, without any announcement or celebration, the whole village grew a little lighter. All because one old woman had chosen, every single morning, to look for the good. You may have noticed that some people let every difficult moment define them. And then there are people who have been through far harder things and still choose to wake up the next morning and look for something to be grateful for. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It is something you practice. So start small. One thing each morning, and on the hard days, just remind yourself, this, too, will pass. I bring you stories that make you pause and think. So make sure to subscribe for more. Be grateful for where you are, and keep moving forward one step at a time.